Good morning folks, it's a lovely day here in Montrose today, but I'm off down to Edinburgh. Now this is something that I'll normally do when I've got a trip starting the next morning. I'll get myself down to Edinburgh, try and find a cheap hotel, and then I'm in easy reach of the airport the next morning because as always I've got an early flight. But getting a cheap hotel in Edinburgh is not always the easiest thing, but I have found a reasonable bargain tonight and it's somewhere I haven't stayed before, so that's why you're coming with me today. And I will see you in the capital. Now I don't normally do much recording in Montrose because this is home, you know, this is sacred ground. But did you know that Montrose High Street is the widest in Scotland? I didn't even know that till a few months ago. Oh, and do you remember the episode where I wore a kilt? Well, that's where I got my kilt from. In fact, from memory, I think it was that tartan. Anyway, let's get to the railway station.
We are now at Montrose. Hello and welcome on board this LNER Azuma to London King's Cross. Edinburgh Waverley. Hello and welcome on board this LNER Azuma to London King's Cross.
So welcome to Edinburgh, a city that's busy enough and expensive enough at the best of times, never mind when all this kind of stuff's going on. So to find a hotel tonight for 80 quid, I think that was a bit of a bargain. But my hotel isn't here in the centre of Edinburgh, no, it's in Corstorphine, which is a wee bus journey away. But thankfully a bus journey in the direction of the airport, which is good for me for my trip tomorrow morning. So, aye, let's jump on a bus and head there now. I'm not going to lie, Edinburgh stresses me out a bit, especially when it's that busy. But if you feel the same and you're visiting the city for the first time, my advice is just go for a walk, because if you walk in any direction from the city centre, you are absolutely guaranteed to find some beautiful places, and it'll be so much quieter, away from all the craziness. Now, the observant amongst you might notice that I've taken my own advice and I'm still walking. Now, that's not me being a tight Scotsman and saving on a bus fare. No, it's because it's a lovely day for a walk. And the hotel is actually only about 45 minutes from here. And would you believe check-in is in 45 minutes, so it makes sense. We're now not far from Haymarket and down in the Roseburn part of town, and from here you can get access to the Water of Leith. Now, that's a little river that cuts all the way through Edinburgh, right down to, would you believe, Leith. There's a little path that runs alongside the burn. It's highly recommended, and we've got a video of it on the channel. And do you see how much quieter it is down here? We're only about 10 minutes walk from the city centre, and I'm filming this during Edinburgh's Christmas, which is one of the busiest times in the city of the year. But you don't have to walk far to get some peace and quiet. Well, it's now a wee while later. Things didn't quite go to plan. Of course, it started raining, didn't it? So I ducked into a coffee shop and then I jumped on a bus. And finally we have made it to our accommodation for tonight, a Wetherspoons hotel. I had no idea. I thought they just did pubs and cheap food. I had no idea you could stay at a Wetherspoons. So we'll find out tonight what it's like. So to one side we've got the regular pub entrance. We all know what they look like inside, but we might go in there for a wee bite to eat later. But just at the corner we've got the hotel entrance, and this place is called the White Lady, and I think the White Lady has got a bit of a story. What happened here? Right, let's get checked in.
Okay, speak to you later on. Good luck.
Well, we do have a reception desk here, but it's unmanned at the moment. I thought it might be actually, because when you've got a pub next door and a handy wee door right through to it, I guess you just check in through there. So I'll do that right now and I'll see you in a moment. Well, that's me checked in. I've got my card and all rooms are up here. A bit of confusion there. I'm not really sure where my room is, but it's not through this door. Hold on, so I'm in 119. Where is 119? Right, I've finally found the corridor that I'm looking for. It's like any Wetherspoons, isn't it? Even just trying to find the toilet in those places can be a challenge. Now, we seem to be a wee bit back from the bar, which I think will be a good thing. There we are, 119. Okay, let me just dump my bag and then we'll have a look at the room, but first the lights. Now, it's not one of those ones where you have to put your key card in for the lights, but here we go, folks. Now, walking into the room, first impressions, I actually quite like it, but it's very dark. So I've gone round and switched on every single light in the room, but it hasn't really made much difference. I must admit though, I like the wallpaper and all the wood that's on show, and the carpet that looks like it's just been ripped out of a Wetherspoons pub. But I do have to say, in this room you get the feeling that the White Lady, she might be visiting us tonight. Now, I'm afraid we don't really have a view from this room. We're right at the back of the hotel, so we've just got a bit of roof space and a skylight. But I don't really care because it's going to be dark soon and I'll be out of here before it gets light in the morning. Oh, we've got a cobweb, so that lends itself to the haunted feeling of this room. And the windows, they do open, just not very far. Sitting here at the wee desk in the corner, we could well be in the pub down the stairs because we've got the famous Wetherspoons menus. and the drinks menu as well. Look at all the stuff you can get here. Oh, and the kitchen, it's open till 11 p.m. I think the guy said. Now that's a wee bit late for me, but it's good to know. And the freebies, look at this, we've got biscuits, hot chocolate, tea and coffee. I think the water is complimentary as well. That's actually a better selection than I've seen in some really expensive hotels. Now, let's do the kettle check. Are you ready? Hey, that's not too bad. This is a really nice touch. I know that Wetherspoons in their pubs, they like to have a lot of local stuff on the walls. Well, it's no different in the hotel because this here was painted by a local 8-year-old from Corstorphine Junior School, which is just round the corner. How cool is that? Now onto the bedside tables. Apart from these big heavy lamps that you could use as a weapon, you've got a phone, which I'm not sure it even works, and there's no sockets and certainly no USBs. That's a bit annoying. But we do have an open wardrobe, some spare pillows on top, ironing board, iron, hairdryer and hangers, although I would like to see coat hooks. I don't like to have to put my jacket on a hanger every time. You know what, for a budget hotel this is actually alright. It's very clean, it's got everything you'd need, and now it's time to look at these beds. Now I've got twin beds because when I booked it last night, that's all that was left, but time for a comfort test, eh? They don't look too bad. I should really be taking my shoes off for this. Yeah, you know what? That'll do the job. I'm not very good at these room tours because I almost forgot to show you the bathroom. Now, what does it say in the door? Keep the door closed when having a shower or a bath. Good advice. But look at this, this is alright. Immaculately clean again, and a nice big full bath. I like that. What do you prefer in a hotel, shower or bath? And we've got loads of nice fluffy towels on the heated rail. That's nice to see. Okay, so the TV's kind of like what you might have had at home about 15 years ago, but to be honest, I never watch TV in hotels, do you?
Where Village Vintage will be David's destination, having been deposited.
No, that's enough. Final thing in the room is this fan in the corner. Now, we might not need it in November, but these things are always a good judge of cleanliness, aren't they? They gather dust very easily, but this one, it's spotless. Well folks, I think that's us pretty much done with the room tour. I would have liked to have shown you out in the corridor as well, but when I checked in, there was a lot going on out there, stuff getting fixed. But if we go for something to eat a bit later, we can have a snoop around then. And of course, tomorrow morning I'll tell you exactly how comfy these beds were. Now of course we are above a pub, but I don't think that Wetherspoons play music at all, certainly not loud music. So it should be nice and quiet here tonight, fingers crossed. Well, I said we'd go for a wee walk round the corridors, but there's not really much to see. It's all just exactly the same as this. Although I must say, for being above a pub, it is very quiet here. Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm actually really tired tonight, but I've come down for some food anyway because I do need to eat something, and I'll just have a wee beer as well, and then I'll be in my bed very soon, I think. What am I going to have? I could have researched this in the room, couldn't I? Alright, I'll quickly scoff this down and hopefully the beer will help me sleep because it's going to be an early night because I'm up at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning to head out to the airport, so cheers guys. I swear I just heard something. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm 99% sure I just saw the white lady, so I'm going to spend the rest of the night under the covers. Good night. Can I just say, when there's a free meal on offer, someone turns up, look, we've got a special guest. But unfortunately, Edinburgh is where we go our separate ways, because one of us is off to enjoy the Christmas market here in Edinburgh. One of us is off on a filming trip that's going to have buses and trains and planes and boats. Who do you think's going where? Say hi to the camera.
Hello, camera.
Well, good morning folks, it's 5:30 in the morning and I'm off to Edinburgh Airport now. But I tell you what, I feel fresh, I slept well, and that's all down to that room and that really comfy bed. A bed which Alicia gets to enjoy now until 11 AM, but for me, oh no, it's a long day of filming. I'm off to catch an Aer Lingus flight to Belfast, but that's certainly not the end of my travels today. It's going to be a long one, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you with that video probably this weekend. Thanks for watching folks, see you later, bye bye.
Today's raining, so be patient with me. I'll be right. Somehow I must be somewhere the sky is blue.